Oh, there you go. Might make this a long video. I'm going to include the beer rant. But apart from that, I'm sort of so close to finish that I'm ready to start putting the base of it together. Got a couple of clips of getting to this stage, so I'll throw them in now. I'm remembering now to try and record some of this. I think this bit's made, I don't know, that's the underside, never be seen. I've just coated it with a rust sealer. Don't know how good that's going to be, but and the wheels are just standard little wheels that drop on the floor like any other wheel. I had a brake thing here, but I just cut that off on each side and got rid of that because that stops it from spinning in the pocket. I just sit in the pocket, the wheel sticks out about 10 mil, something like that, and so I'll put them in. Imagine this sped up 4 times, so I'll come back to this. Anyway. So yeah, 4 wheels in. That's basically floor. And then there's this bit. This is going to take a minute. That'll give me enough to just lift it off the floor. Just enough to take all the weight there rather than there. I just could make a little foot, that's all. I would like to have some sort of a skirt around it so that if someone drops a card, it can't go under the table. That's for maybe. But anyway, next thing I suppose, so I've got to flip it. I need to think about that one. I suppose I'll just do it. A little bit at a time. Egyptian style. Get rid of the cardboard. Pretty good with that. I can't remember what those clips were, but anyway, you saw something, no doubt. So dramas with finishes, yeah, the rust idea and the rust converter, that did not work at all. So yeah, I just put the torch on it and it's gone black enough. it's interesting. I don't mind the look of it. Sort of what I'm after. Anyway, so yeah, I toyed with the idea of painting the inside, but I thought, no, that's just a stupid idea. So anyway, here we are. It's just been hit with a sealer, and it's ready to put back together. So let me gather my thoughts about the beer thing, and I'm just going to rant about that while I put this together. If you don't want to listen to that, then yeah, turn the volume down. Right, so yeah, beer, great stuff. I love it. If you didn't know, I don't mind a drop of 4X. I like beer cans too. They're incredible piece of design. I would highly recommend you go and watch a guy called Bill Hammack on something called, what's he called? The Engineer Guy. And he does a good 10-minute dive on the design of the beer can. Fucking incredible things. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Brief history of recycling and a disclaimer. I fully support recycling. I don't like to use the word hate, but I hate wastage. I really hate to see things go to waste when they can be reused. I fully support the idea of recycling. I've been doing it for 20 years. Longer than 20 years. Fucking 40 years. Recycle where you can. Reuse where you can. Anyway, brief history of recycling beer cans. Was in the 70s in South Australia. Rough, brief story. Some community people and some people who worked at one of the metal places. South Australia was it was the place for steel in Australia. I need a poker, hang on. Right, so yeah, South Australia was pretty big in manufacturing, you know, making all our steel and aluminiums, and you know, all the smelters were there. But there was some people noticed there was a lot of empty bloody cans on the streets. Well, that's not fitting. That should fit there. And they thought, well, you know, this is, it's messy and it's a waste. Because it's a lot cheaper to recycle a can than it is to dig the fresh shit out of the ground. That's sort of where it came about. And yeah, so they come up with this bright idea of, you know, well, if we give them some money back, they'll recycle them, and that will save the mining companies money, because they don't have to go through this huge smelting process to get the raw material. They can just recycle and use it for lower grade stuff. Fantastic. And Yes, so it was introduced in South Australia in the 70s. Absolutely fantastic idea. Widely adopted, you know, all they did is they added 10 cents to the price of a can. Which is no big drama if you know you're going to get 10 cents back. It didn't actually do much to clean up the streets. People who are going to throw shit away are going to throw shit away. Nothing you can do about them. They're idiots. Yeah, and studies, things are probably much different now, but studies back in the day showed that it didn't really make a huge difference to the amount of rubbish, but enough people adopted it that it made sense to continue. And then we get to, 2025, about a year ago. Most of Australia, the rest of Australia, you know, pretty much adopted the same idea by the 90s. And 1 year ago, Tasmania decided, oh yeah, right, that's a good idea, we should do that. And then, yeah, so they did. When they did that, this is the fun bit. This is the bit that really gets to me. When they introduced the scheme, the price of every single drink container went up by 22 cents. $0.10 of that is the 10 cents you get back. What the fuck's the other 12 cents for? That is because, Colesworth, boo-hoo-hoo, have to pay just a little bit more GST. You know, they're paying 10% of 10 cents. That's what it realistically costs them, is 1 cent more to add the 10 cents. But no, it's gone up by 12 cents. Well, 22 cents, really. So it costs me 12 cents to get me 10 cents back. Where is the incentive in that? How is that helpful? Yeah, great for the mining company. Got to keep Fat Gina happy, because she's so important. On top of that, I seem to remember sometime in the 90s getting pissed off because the price of beer went up by $2.40 because Australia in general had accepted the recycling. And ever since about that time, every bloody can has had printed on it 10-cent refund in participating regions. So that would imply to me that the 10 cents has already been incorporated into the price. That would make sense, I would have thought. And so to me that says that the Tasmanian state government is double dipping. So you know it's actually gone up by 32 cents a can. Right? For a bloke like me that's on a pension, that's an extra fucking $9 every carton. It's already gone up by $6.40 without thinking about whether they're double dipping. It does not make sense to me. I'd love someone to explain where the benefits and advantages of this system are. Then again, we do need new submarines, I suppose, apparently. Yeah, the whole thing just does not make any sense at all. I need to gather my thoughts again. Hang on. Right, now, here's the fun bit. Here's the fun bit. I finish that, I take it to the recyclers. Cost me 12 cents, but I'll get 10 cents back. But if I do that to it, not acceptable, not recyclable, don't get me 10 cents back. They don't take a crushed can because they can't, they need to read the barcode. I've got an empty beer can just outside there that's probably 10 years old. The barcode on that is exactly the same as on this one. And it says on it, 10 cent refund. Why? And then, who's most likely to take this up is, you know, probably kids. You know, oh yeah, pick up a can and yeah, get 10 cents. Yeah, if I get it, you know, good incentive, yeah, but I have to pay for the pocket money for other people's children. You can see I'm very perplexed, real fucking annoyed about it. I think it's just theft. It's greenwashing. It's hiding taxation behind other things. I think it's just all very, very wrong. I don't think I've got much more to say about it, really. No, that'll do it. But the scrap value of one can is, depending on market fluctuations and all of that shit, it's about 1 cent. So you need to collect quite a few of them to actually make it worth the trip to the recycling centre. That's the way it always used to be. For me, the recycling centre is a long way away. That's it's a 140 kilometre round trip. But it was still worth doing if you collected enough. And the only way to do that is, you've got to reduce your storage space so you crush them. But because they're all crushed now, they were not worth anything. And I'll show you how actually dedicated I am to recycling. Hang on. We'll go on steady cam. There it is. We might come back there later. Those 4 bins at the back are all full. There's 3 more empty ones. Back in the day, if I filled all them, they would have been worth about, I don't know, 70, maybe $100. Now they're potentially worth 700, 800. So, if I've already paid the 10 cents, surely I should be able to get that back. I don't know. And there's also all the shit outside. Oh, so much warmer in here. Got a few to crush there. There's one there that's 3/4 full. And down there's a fertiliser bag that's full of crushed cans. So, there's a few. Anyway, not really sure who I'm blaming here. But the Department of Them and They have got some serious fucking issues and they need to get their shit together. Anyway. Yeah. I think that's sort of got the points out, but it's a really stupid system. I do not understand it. If someone can explain to me how I benefit from it, how any member of the public benefits from it, go for it. I don't see it. So, there you go. There's my rant. I wonder if I could rant about anything else. I could probably think of some things. But I might just put this together for a while. Because this is going to get annoying. there's a fun one. Not that long ago, me good mates in the government, they spent some money on some new signage on the highways that were just interactive screen that tells you, estimated time to the city, estimated time to the airport. Not a bad idea. It's good to know that, but if you're in this town, it usually takes that long to get to the city or the airport. It's good to know. Thing is, these days there's this fancy new thing called GPS that basically tells you that information. And if you don't have GPS, then you've got the good old-fashioned road sign that says, city, 46 kilometres, 15 kilometres, whatever, it doesn't matter. If it's 50 kilometres, it's probably going to take you, depending on traffic, an hour. But no, what they did is they spent money on these interactive bloody signs with big LED screens, and they cost $12 million fucking dollars each. I don't know how many they put up, but there's about 6 of them just from my place to town, and they'd probably put up 30 of them. But why? Haven't they heard of GPS? We don't have very good government down here. Some bits are alright, but most of it is just insanity, and I'm not even going to talk about football stadiums. That's a good use of $2 billion, that is, which we know would blow out to 4. Fuck, I could become a rant channel, couldn't I? I could just sit here and moan about shit all day. That would be really productive, wouldn't it? Not. Anyway, I'm going back to oh, there we go, that's the bottom bit. Looks pretty good to me, I like it. Moves around nicely. Moves that bloody punch on. Oh yeah. There we go, that goes on there. How does that look? Yep. Oh God, there's the bloody bird again. Let's go for a look. Got me biggies, or his biggies. There it is. What a magnificent creature. He's bloody good though. He's quick. Anyway, we'll go back inside now. They're idiots, the birds, but I enjoy them. I haven't made the shelves yet, they can come later. But these bits go in there. Hopefully that's the right one. Oh, fuck me, you idiot. Take a little bit out of that corner. Anyway, that doesn't matter. One of them. I've still got to do these side bits. But in the back bit goes a board. That fits in there nicely. And in the side bits, goes a bit of stainless mesh. I'll spin that round and show you in a sec. Fit down there. There you go. Another plate on there. Anyway, that's more or less where I am. It's very close to finished. I need little bits and pieces, and then I've got to put the top on, which is, not a big drama. I've got a top, I've just got to make it look right. Anyway, that's Probably enough of my shit dribbling for one night. I might call that about now, and I'll see you next time. I'm not a businessman, but I did work in the transport industry for a while, and I don't see how I don't see how anyone can make money by carrying air. You want your packages as small as possible. Rightio, all done.